Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Gyani Param. In my last video, I shared with you my journey as to how I became an ACCA. After posting that video, I got a lot of encouraging messages for which I would like to thank each and every one of you. I got a lot of requests checking on how I entered the Big Four with ACCA after returning back to India. So in this video, I will walk you through how I got the interview call, how did I prepare for the interview process itself, and moving to Bangalore after the final selection. On returning back to India, I ensured to spend some good quality time with my family and friends as I was meeting with them after a really long time. Once I was mentally refreshed, I ensured to get back to job search, for which I connected with recruiters via LinkedIn, Naukri, through my personal contacts, and even looked for jobs on the ACCA website. Luckily, one of my LinkedIn contacts, she responded back to my application and positioned me for an interview in Mumbai. The timing of her call was really interesting. I just came back to Nagpur from Amritsar from a short trip, and my mom was unpacking my bags. I just went up to her and told her to stop the unpacking as I need to fly to Mumbai the very next day, as the interview was scheduled in a couple of days' time. Preparing for interviews can be a fun and learning exercise. Big Four interviews can be daunting and one needs to be really well prepared for this. In this section, I will share you my journey as to how I prepared for the interview, and some of the tips might help you in yours as well. Going through the job description is one exercise I did very diligently. I read through the job description multiple times. This really helped me in preparing for the interview in a really structured manner. I knew which sector I am applying for, what the role demands, and anticipated the question the interviewer would ask me as well. After completing ACCA, there is an expectation from you that you have good knowledge of IFRS and auditing standards. I brushed up on all my IFRS and auditing standards thoroughly. I did not want to take any chances whatsoever. I looked at the latest trends in the accounting industry as well. This really made me confident that any questions which might be technical, I can answer them confidently. Next was preparing for some basic questions. These questions are usually asked at the start of the interview. It's very important to begin on a confident note, as that sets the tone for the rest of the interview. I prepared some basic things about myself as to what I've done so far in my career, my London journey. There was a job I did in London as well, so what all areas I looked at within the accounting and auditing industry. And last, which is the most difficult question I had to prepare, was why did I leave CA in between? Last but not the least on my list was to dress up appropriately for the interview. Finally, the interview day arrived. I took a cab to the interview location and reached half an hour before the scheduled time. I registered myself with the reception where I saw a line of hundreds of people appearing for the interview. I couldn't just stop admiring the premises I was in, which really motivated me to crack the interview anyhow. The interview process started, whereby we were divided into batches of 10 and made to sit in different meeting rooms. For the first round, we were giving MCQ assessments which had to be completed within an hour. The question mostly revolved around accounting and auditing related issues and people related scenarios. After getting the MCQ results, which was told to us by the talent team by calling out our names, that was really nervous as many people were sent back home after the first round itself. Luckily, I made it through the next round, Next round was with talent team members, whereby they had general questions about my qualification, how many years I took to complete the qualification, that is specifically checking on number of attempts I took, why I wanted to join the Big Four, the location I would prefer if I get selected, and basic expectation on the salary package. After successfully completing the first two rounds, I was taken to an area where the technical rounds were scheduled to take place. That day, I had 2 technical rounds to appear for. As I waited for my turn, I saw People coming out of that interview nervous, sweating, and dejected as well. Technical rounds, the first ones, are really difficult for any Big Four. As I entered the room, I had one positive note on my mind that somehow I have to crack this interview. I introduced myself to the interviewer and the interviewer did the same as well. After a small talk, he started the interview process whereby he asked a lot of technical questions which revolved around IFRS, other accounting standards, and audit related issues as well. It went on for about 25 to 30 minutes, and I must tell you that was really intense. I was able to answer majority of the questions in round 1 correctly. For a couple of questions for which I did not have a response for, I checked back with the interviewer what should the response have been. This started a really good conversation between the interviewer and myself. After exchanging the concluding notes, he did tell me that he will pass me through the first round. Round 2 was scheduled with a senior manager who had a decade of experience in working with the Big Four. Round 2 was more to assess my fitment into the organization, and less technical questions were asked during this round. One of the scenarios I remember from this conversation was I was asked a question on consolidation of accounts, for which I confidently gave the response incorrectly. The interviewer had a very big smile when I was responding to the consolidation question. I had to stop in between and check politely the reason for his smile. He did tell me that the response I was giving to the question is completely incorrect, which was the case, but the confidence with which I was responding to that question was simply amazing. That actually lightened up the atmosphere in the room. Post that question, we talked on general topics, that is, latest trends in the industry, my London experience, and different scenarios he gave me to assess the fitment into the team. That day I realized that during an interview, one should be confident, humble, tactical in initiating small talks, and at the same time handle pressure with a smile. Managers usually see your fitment into their team and assess you basis on that, as technical skills can be taught to anyone with structured programs, especially the Big Fours have. After completing all the 4 rounds during the day, I still remember how overwhelming it was for me that day. I was told by the talent team after the 4th round that they will come back to me in a couple of days' time if I am selected or not. The interview happened on a Friday. That meant I still had Saturday and Sunday to get through, and that was not the nicest of the feelings. Luckily, on Monday around 5:30 p.m, I got a call from the talent team that I have been selected and had to report to Bangalore within 15 days. I was jumping with joy as finally my dream of joining a Big Four was coming true. I cannot tell you the feeling I had at that particular moment. I called up my parents and the rest of the family to share this good news, and we celebrated big time. Within the next 10 days or so, I moved to Bangalore, and till date, I've been serving the same Big Four. The experience till date has been really amazing. You all will go through this journey once in your life. Do enjoy this. In case you need any assistance from my side, I will be happy to assist you to share my experience in any which ways which might help you out. Do connect with me via LinkedIn or any other social media platform you know. Thanks for watching this video, and do subscribe to my channel Gyani Param. Thanks a lot. Bye bye. Take care.